If the defense hires a medical expert and they give them a negative review, meaning that there's liability and responsibility, do you think the defense just throws their hands up and says, okay, we give up? Come join me as I share with you what happens next. Hi, I'm Jerry Oginski. I'm a New York medical malpractice and personal injury trial lawyer practicing law here in the state of New York. What happens next is that the defense is not going to give up. Instead, they're going to go and find another medical expert who's going to review the case again with the hopes and expectations that this medical expert will have a different opinion than their first one. They're going to hope that the case is defensible, and they're not going to stop until they find a medical expert who comes back to them and says, oh yes, I went through the medical records and now I feel as if this case is totally defensible. And that's when they'll stop. Now they know that the case is defensible, they'll come back and listen to the crickets chirping. So when they get a medical expert to confirm that the case is defensible, that's exactly when they stop. And then they turn around and say, this case is defensible, we're not going to negotiate this case, we're going to take this all the way to trial. So just because the defense on their first round has a medical expert that tells them the case is not defensible and they need to settle this case, that does not mean that they're going to throw their hands up and says, you're right, we give up, you win, and that's the end of it. Instead, they're going to go out and get another medical expert and another one until they're going to reach the point where they're going to say, listen, do we really have a non-defensible case, or is this something that we can get away with by hiring another medical expert who can probably give us a good review? So why do I share this great information with you? I share it with you just to give you a key insight and an understanding into what goes on from the defense standpoint when they evaluate a medical malpractice case here in the state of New York. They don't roll over once they don't get a good review. Instead, they keep going until they find somebody who does give them a good review, or they finally come to the conclusion that this case really needs to be settled. You know, in all likelihood, you're watching this because you have concerns or questions about your own particular matter. And if your matter happened here in the state of New York and you're competing with the crickets outside while you're shooting video, no, really, if you have legal questions, what I encourage you to do is pick up the phone and call me. I can answer your legal questions. This is something I do every single day, and I welcome your call. You can reach me at 516-487-8207 or by email at Jerry, G-E-R-R-Y, @oginski-law.com. That's it for today's quick video. I'm Jerry Oginski. Have a wonderful day.